Sorry? Page, I can't recall. I think it's about 90-ish. Okay, yes, page 94, yes. 94. Page 94. Now, I'm also recording this for those who are missing, yes, including those who went for production and also soccer. Thank you for coming today. I'll definitely try to finish before 3:30. I know that it is a long day for most of you, but thank you for coming in. But this is very important because I will not have class planning time with all of you, right? So this is the time for me to update you on a couple of things so that you will know what to do. And after this, I'll give you a chance to finish up a couple of things. Okay, this coming Friday, we will be doing 2 experiments. Right? In lessons 1 and 2, 1 and 2, yes, lessons 1 and 2. We'll be doing in lessons 1 and 2, and in lesson 6, I will brush up with the PBL, because for the PBL, that would be your Songkran holiday work. Alright? Where don't, oh my god, with me, you have to do it means you have to do it. Christopher, could you please make sure you face to the front? Alright? Do you have your items with you, your books with you? Sorry?
Again?
It's at home. And how are you going to copy down what I'm supposed to say? Where you go? You're going down to get your items, right? Make sure I need to see that in the book. I'll be checking on Friday. And yes, you'll be famous because you'll be on YouTube. Okay, one thing I want you all to do, if you look at the front, we are going to do, so everyone has workbook 2, right? Okay, what I need you all to do for this week, don't worry about PBL because the Friday single lesson will be dedicated for PBL. What you need to do when you go home is activity 9.1 on page 94. Please read through. You can definitely answer part number 2 because you have the variable to change and also the ones to keep constant. Now, can someone tell me another name for variable to change? What is it called? Okay, it's definitely not constant. Sorry, you say? Independent. Fantastic. So please remember that. Independent is the variable that you change. And of course, the constant ones means items that you want to remain the same. No changes. Now, besides that, could you please make sure you add in one more variable? And what variable do you reckon is missing?
Dependent.
Alright, the dependent variable. Please write down the dependent variable. Alright? Just write it down and eventually you can just scribble somewhere in the corner. Your job here is to go home and read activity 9.1 until page 96. I only just want you to read and go through some of these questions because if you go through, you will remember it much better. Yeah? And then the next one. Next, activity 9.2, pages 97 to 99 if I'm not mistaken. Okay, 99 is correct. Thanks, El. With regards with this activity here, we are not going to do this. However, you are definitely going to plan. Does that make sense? You only plan, you're not going to do it. Does that make sense, everyone? So I'll give you a bit of a feel to do the planning because previously when you're doing it for the friction experiment, some of you did well, some of you still need a little bit brushing up. So I'll have to go through a couple of things. Right? Again, this is the general and ideal way for you to actually plan an experiment. They have given you all the guidelines here. Types of field chosen, variable to change, because if we look at the title, you're comparing the energy outputs of 2 types of fuels. Right? We do not have, if I'm not mistaken here, right, alcohol and spirit burners, solid fuel, and also the candle wax. We do have the candle wax, but solid fuel for camping stove, bit difficult and not so, I would say, environmental friendly. So this activity is used for you for planning, just the planning. So what I need you to do here is, you just plan for page 98. Only for page 98 that you plan. right? I need to see this here on Friday. Okay, I need to see this here on Friday. Please make sure of that. And the next one, we are also going to do activity 9.3 on Friday itself. So you have 2 activities that you need to do, and I know this class is good because all of you really work together, and to be honest, you're one of those classes who can really collaborate quite well, and I'm quite impressed. So 9.1 will be done on Friday. I know some of you are sniggering because there's something always behind the scene, right? Then you're going to do 9.3. Again, it is the same thing. You don't have to worry about the food samples, the cereal, the crisp bread, and also the marshmallow. I will buy it. And of course, if there are extras, you can have it. Alright? If there are extras. Okay? So, please go through this as well. Fantastic. Just go through this because it is important for you to note which one are the variables that you change, which are the variables that need to be controlled, which are the variables that need to be measured. All these are very important, right? With regards with 9.4 over here, right? Most of you would have done this already. If you have not done it, then please do it because it's straight up from what we had discussed the other day. And it's also very straightforward. I will discuss with you maybe next week on the Tuesday when we have the time to finish. Okay. And also with revision worksheet number 9, I will be checking this section here after Songkran. It needs to be done, but I will check it after Songkran. Does that make sense? Alright? Because you have a lot of work before this. So the work before this is just to analyze and to understand what you need to do. Revision worksheet 9 needs to be completed, but I will check after the Songkran. Okay? After the Songkran break. Is everyone clear with this section? Is everyone clear? Okay. So this here would be just the planning stages for chapter 9 on energy resources. I'm going to stop the recording because I'm going to the next topic. Yes.